words left in my head, watching what you do, and pouring out the truth. It's the same.
Ooh-wee! Welcome to Our Reviews Will Kill You, the spectacular podcast that reviews video games, discusses pop culture, movies, weird news, all sorts of fun stuff. I am the man they know as Z, and I am joined by my amazing co-host Baby Yoda and a couple other chumps out there. We got the, I don't even know what's on his hat. It looks like a big turd, but it's the Noob.
It's Baby Batman, and he's adorable.
Baby, not Robert Pattinson.
No.
The third?
No.
Tiny Batman?
It's Baby Bats.
Baby Bats.
Yes. He's adorbs.
Very baby-like.
Yes. He looks like he has to shit. Much like I do.
Oh my god. What is
More
wrong with
shitting
you?
stories
No
live.
more. No. That is a negative. And I am also joined by the beleaguered producer, co-host extraordinaire. Looks like he's really busy, so maybe I just will talk for him instead of letting him talk. I don't know. It's Scott Keebler.
Person,
woman,
man, camera, TV. With those 5 words, I have officially become president, and my first executive order is for you all to jump in the chat and say hello. We are live. It is Friday night. Shrey's already saying what up. Welcome. Subscribe, like, all the above. It is amazing. We are finishing this month out strong. The world still sucks, but hockey is back. And if you need something to do, Netflix has Airplane Spaceballs and Monty Python's Holy Grail and Life of Brian. So plenty of good stuff for you to get into to kill your time as you're killing time.
Yes.
Sure.
As you're doing all of those things.
You did say words.
There. Don't forget, I want to give, first of all, if you've been watching our mini-series, which is Noob and Z Conquer Feudal Japan, we appreciate you. Keep checking out us as we do a walkthrough of Ghost of Tsushima. We also have an awesome video for Red Dead Redemption 2. There was a big update.
Bear rape.
Hashtag, yes, watch Z get raped by bears. I'd also like to thank my party posse out there who all contributed to it. I've got Ron Cold, Stone Cold Killer, Burn Doritos, the Unforgiven Doc, LA Medic. I've got Mark D. I got Knuckles. I got GTA. We got so many people who helped us do that video. I can't thank you guys enough. Check it out. It's a real fun video, especially if you like bears. And Z doing some southern accents.
Very badly.
No, it's the greatest southern accent ever.
Nope. An aggressive, angry, horny southern man.
And as another matter of housekeeping, we're going to go back to OrkU's pointless poll from last week. Z's revelation that Scott does not like the Cars. He only watches shows for hosts, apparently. We got your responses. They were loud and clear. The response
Scott's
was...
the only one who voted.
No, at 83%. Yes.
No, at 83%. You clearly don't like Cars.
Yes.
How does that feel?
Yes, only got 9%. And oddly enough, the other 17% just said, noob, shut up. So
Were these mail-in votes? Are they legal? Who knows? Like, can we trust this election?
No.
Can we trust this election?
Unlike anything else, we cannot trust it, but there we go. According to OrkU's pointless poll, Scott does not like Cars. So I'm glad we were able to clear that up.
And then there was the double poll. There was a poll hidden within that poll. It was, is Scott a liberal cuck? And 100% yes.
What?
87 million votes, all from Japan. They said yes. I don't even know if the population of Japan is 87 million, but the future children of Japan say he's a cuck.
I'd also like to give a shout out in the chat. I see Booski's out there. He's another secret silent killer. You never know where Booski's going to be. So, but he's always there.
So what,
anyway,
so what
why don't you tell us a little bit?
Well, first,
what
are you boys
Scott wants to
drinking
talk
tonight?
about something.
Oh.
What are you boys drinking tonight?
I'm drinking some gingy.
Some gingy?
some
ginger
gingy
beer?
stuff. I just threw stuff together and mainly in ginger syrup.
Sounds
So,
disgusting.
Some weird concoction. You have no idea what it is. And are those cherries I see?
He's
Yes.
always with the cherries.
Testicle-sized cherries.
Always with the cherries. I'm going to enjoy myself my 14-year Balvine. Still working on that bottle. Definitely taking my time on it. What are you guys drinking in the chat? Let's hear you. Noob. You can continue.
I've also got a sidecar, the classic.
There you go.
With cherries.
No, only you have cherries.
No, you have a cherry in the bottom.
Tiny
I put
testicles.
extra special care into that.
Oh, you better not have. Anyway, what is on today's episode there, Noob?
Yeah, so Rick and Morty has some upcoming news and even a video teasing the next season, and we're not waiting 4 years for it. Then Black Suit is apparently okay, and we'll tell you why. Joss Whedon got pulled from Comic-Con, probably because he raped somebody. Lust from Beyond is Scott's favorite new game. Banksy is a dude, and he likes Mediterranean people. Dragon Ball Z is not a porno, but it is the favorite show and best show of all the Florida senators. And George R.R. Martin is fat. Yes.
And he broke his promise, apparently.
Yes, of losing weight, because he didn't.
No, not
and
at all.
then we're going to review sports, because Scott loves sports, and bubbles, and blowies. And we're going to do RDR. We're going to review the thing that Z talked about in the beginning, the naturalist thing of horses, and Ghost
horses.
of Sushi. We don't really have much for you today, people. I'm sorry.
This is one of those weeks where there's like literally nothing new. And although there will be a couple of new things released, I think today was the release of
Umbrella Academy Season 2.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can talk about whether or not we're looking forward to that. And I
Whoop-de-doo.
feel like there was something else out there. Woohoo, yeah, right. Was something else out there? I think there's a couple movies that came out too. I'm not sure. Duh. We don't know. We don't know anything, folks.
Nope.
We put this show together on the fly.
Probably should have told me about that earlier.
About what? What's coming out?
I guess.
You have no idea.
Nope. Tenet's not.
Tenet's no. It's actually
September 4th in some cities.
but it's not.
It's probably not going
It's
to.
probably
No.
not. I don't even want to talk about Tenet anymore until it actually comes out.
Yeah.
Well, the news sounder has played, so go ahead.
Well, we just talked over the whole thing.
Yeah, we can't hear it. So anyway, Rick and Morty season 5 is going to be coming out a lot sooner than fans probably expect it, because Dan Harmon takes 80 years to write a season. So there is already a season 5 teaser, a video that's not fully animated, but it's like a minute and
It's
a
like
half clip.
storyboardish
Yeah.
with poor animation. Did you feel teased?
It
It
shows.
seemed pretty cool.
No, it shows Rick overdosing on Cheetos.
Does it?
Does it?
I
I know.
don't remember that.
I know there's like a
that's-
blade. They do blade.
That's the image
Yeah.
that we have on the screen there. Obviously, Rick has gone overboard on those little orange morsels.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing
it
there.
has murdered
Instead of
him.
actually saying that he gets shot terminally ill or something like
Look,
that.
last
No
time
way.
we talked about Rick and Morty, they decided to go ahead and shut down our show. So this is all they're getting, just that crappy animated image and nothing else. So I'm not even.
Yeah, just
I'm
stop
not even
shutting us
playing-
down.
I'm not even playing their theme. So you know what? I'm not going to show their image anymore. So whoop-de-doo. Goodbye.
There is a short story movie, kind of like the Australian Outback Bush World Rick and Morty, that's available on Adult Swim and YouTube. It's called Rick and Morty versus the Genocider.
Yes, and it's very weird.
Very weird. It's Japanese. It's not samurais, and it's very strange.
It's
Yeah.
And
it's
there's
another
some
one of their-
interpretation.
It's another one of the weird mindfuck things where, you know, what you think is not what you think it is, and it's got a twist at the end. So, I mean,
Did you watch it,
I
Scott?
watched-
Did you
I
have an
watched it.
interpretation?
It was just one of those like weird, like Matrix-y kind of, you know, weird twist ending Japanese anime things. There's nothing kind of along the lines of the Bendigo thing, but not. Or what was the other one that came out a little bit ago where they're all samurais and stuff?
Samurais? Yeah.
It just was kind of following that theme, just with a twist at the end.
Well, I kind of liked it. I feel like they were hinting at a story there. I don't really know what they meant by it. You know, part of me thinks they were trying to tie in Evil Morty, but it seemed like it was like a lot of fan theories done in a weird Akira style way, where it's, you know, a little difficult to comprehend. So, Anything else about Rick and Morty that you want to talk about?
I mean, other than, Dan Harmon has said that the wait between seasons 3 and 4 is definitely the longest any of us are going to have to wait, and that him and Justin Roiland have devised strategies to make sure they actually make shit on time and don't just sit around with writer's block because they're bitches.
Yeah, we'll believe that when we see it.
Yeah. So we're going to get it eventually. Probably, I would say next year, I guess. I don't know. Can they start animating? I don't like those studios.
I
don't think you need. Up and running.
That was the one thing that kept going this entire time was animation, cartoon stuff like that. We actually did get inundated with a couple new ones because that's the only thing you could do during the pandemic.
That's what you reminded me of. That's what came out. That came out last night. There's a Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy that came out. It's a trilogy, but it's 6 episodes. So
like an animated thing.
Yes, and it's on Netflix, and we shall review it.
Will we? 6 episodes is a lot, though.
It's a cartoon, so they're probably 22 minutes, unless it's a trilogy, which means it's 8 hours long and 6 episodes. Maybe they'll make it 9.
That seems like a lot.
So hard for someone to watch things.
I'm eating too much sushi.
Getting fat off sushi?
And wearing my black suits. Like black suit Superman.
Are you mourning
in
someone?
Snyder's Justice League, because I can't get enough of this. This just needs to come out already, but it's not going to. But there was a trailer released over the Comic-Con digital weekend, I guess, because there wasn't an actual Comic-Con. But Zack Snyder released a trailer of some footage of Henry Cavill in his black suit Superman talking with Alfred. And it's awesome. And you don't really, obviously, learn all that much. But,
Oh, but that's the scene that was definitely cut from the trailers. If you remember the early trailers, there's a scene where Alfred's like, you! And then he was clearly talking to Superman, but they cut it from the Josh Whedon...
when he was like, oh, you're back.
Yeah. Like so it's definitely, Joss Whedon decided to piss on on that movie. Speaking of which, Zack Snyder said that he will not be using any Joss Whedon footage, and that he would rather set his print on fire than use any of Joss Whedon's footage.
He hates Joss Whedon.
Do you think that that's caused animosity between the two? Because according to the official story, Zack Snyder picked Joss Whedon to take over after he left. I don't believe that for a second, but you don't believe it?
No. Joss Whedon doesn't really seem like a director that would make sense with what Zack Snyder does. So.
That was definitely the networks doing that. Whedon had nothing to do with that, neither did Schneider. Does anyone else feel like this movie is going to be completely different from the first Justice League, if nothing else but for spite of what Joss Whedon did?
He
already had it done, though. It was already basically finished.
But I feel like Schneider's then going to take everything Whedon did and throw it away and make a whole new Justice League movie just to be like, you can go off yourself because you ruined what I was trying to do.
I feel like it already was a whole new Justice League movie. If you hear about what got cut in general, I mean, the entire plot is a different plot than the plot that Joss Whedon gave us. I don't think there's like a whole chasing mother boxes in the same fashion. They assemble the Justice League differently. I don't know if spoiler alert, but I think Batman dies.
In his original vision, yeah.
So I don't know. It's like very, very different.
Yeah, that the whole Flash time travel thing that got thrown out completely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. As long as there's no purple tentacles in this, I'm going to be happy.
We'll save the purple tentacles for another story,
true.
But
they are. If you didn't like the purple tentacles in Justice League, don't worry, they're coming later in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Are they, though?
It's a teaser.
Oh, it is. Speaking of shitty Joss Whedon, though, he got pulled from Comic-Con. And it's most likely because
fail?
He has like 8 million sexual assaults against him. And look at that. Like, how else could he get laid other than sexually assaulting? Who would want that?
I think the bigger problem, too, is he was a male feminist who was really a creeper in real life.
A malianist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and he's fat, bald, and white. What? I would love to know what person likes fat, bald, white guys. It's weird.
I still have all my hair.
There's certain individuals, though. You're not bald, though, Scott. You'll get there eventually.
No, actually, hair runs in my family. This perfect mane will be around for a long time.
Okay. Well, anyway, so he was going to have his own panel at Comic-Con 2020, and it was just removed without explanation. And it was supposed to take place Friday, July 24th. And, it was titled A Zoom with Joss Whedon.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an hour long. He's supposed to go over his Avengers projects, talk about Justice League. That probably wouldn't have went over well. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Do you think he would have got booed?
Probably, yeah. Ooh, that's right, because accusations of an infidelity and hypocrisy from his ex-wife, Kai Cole. Oh, did his ex-wife start throwing him under the bus when he was a feminist? I think his ex-wife
Yeah,
started
well,
throwing him
she
under the
ended
bus.
up, essentially, he was a male feminist for a long time. And his wife filed for divorce. And she said that he was using the casting couch, basically the entire time that she was married to him, to bang, like, different girls to get different roles. And she just said he was a total scumbag, and that's why she filed for divorce.
Yeah, Ray Fisher, the actor from Justice League who played Cyborg, really does not like Joss Whedon. He supported him initially when he took over, and then ever since then, he just retracted everything. He's like, yeah, fuck Joss Whedon. You should be scared of all the accusations. You're a piece of shit human being.
He even said that he didn't care about his career. Because traditionally, I think Ray Fisher's a stage actor.
Yes.
And he was like, I don't care if I have to go back to the stage if I don't act in a movie again, but this dude does not deserve to be filled with accolades and things like that. And he also accused Jeff Johns and the other big producer over there at DC for like enabling him. And they came out and said, no, he didn't do anything, or they didn't enable anything. And apparently he has Ray Fisher has a non-disclosure agreement keeping him from talking. So he won't give out specifics, but he just keeps railing on Joss Whedon. So I'm sure that's why he got pulled. But he did show up in Comic-Con during the Firefly panel, right?
Yes.
So you didn't know that?
Sure. I'm going to just go with yes.
Yeah, he did. Who's the guy? Nathan Fillion.
I love that man.
They had a panel with him and a couple of the other stars, I guess, from Firefly.
I would eat his booty.
Joss Whedon showed up.
Alan Tudyk, who was on Doom Patrol, that man was awesome.
He was also in the Harley Quinn show as the Joker and Two-Face.
That dude is just talented.
He's super talented.
He doesn't get enough credit. He's never been like a leading man, but that dude just contributes to everything he's in.
By the way, Doom Patrol had an amazing joke at Alan Tudyk's, not expense, but involving Alan Tudyk and the character as the voice actor. If you haven't watched the show yet, definitely get into it, and it definitely crosses over with a little bit funny moment there with Harley Quinn. So definitely check that out.
Oh, by the way, it's been transferred over to HBO Max, so if you do have HBO Max, you can watch that. And I've actually been going through HBO Max. It's not bad.
There's a
Wait, when did you get HBO Max?
I upgraded my HBO Go, which is now officially going to be gone anyway at the end of the month, which I guess is today.
Decent amount of stuff on that. I actually now already have a playlist of stuff to watch on HBO Max, so I have some time killer to happen over there as well. Some old stuff I haven't seen in a while, as well as some new stuff. I finally got to see Godzilla King of Monsters.
There's a bunch of old Godzilla movies, which are really hard to find, which was very cool to see.
I watched Godzilla King of Monsters. I give it a thumbs up. There's a lot of cool stuff there. So if you don't have HBO, it's actually not a bad purchase as HBO Max.
Yeah, I caught Princess Mononoke. I know I complained about it on the last episode that I couldn't get it in English, and they must have listened to the all-powerful Z, because now I was able to watch it in English. Because
that's because OrkU changes lives.
Yes, I do change lives.
I change the most lives. I'm the only reason that people are happy.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, Princess Mononoke is one of those classics, and I definitely recommend it. It's got like Gillian Anderson as a voice, and
she was on stuff.
Claire Danes.
She's also in stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Claire Danes is in The Office. Nope. Not
no,
The Office.
She's not.
Homeland. And Gillian Anderson was on Hannibal, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I know women.
X-Files.
Nobody cares about X-Files.
Are you serious?
Speaking of HBO, though, Whedon's next project is an HBO original series called The Nevers, which is probably never going to be released.
That's a good... Yeah, I wonder if they're going to can that.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
It's scheduled to premiere in 2021, so who knows?
Oh, boy. I wonder if they're going to chase MacGuffins, because that's his favorite thing in the world.
That dude loves MacGuffins.
It was cool. It was okay when you were putting together the Avengers, and you needed like a really basic plot so that you could have all the Avengers together in one movie and make it make sense. But you can't have every single one of your movies have a freaking like MacGuffin train.
because he's not smart enough to write anything else.
Him and Joss Whedon, they just love them MacGuffins.
Joss Whedon and Joss Whedon love MacGuffins?
No, did I say Joss Whedon and Joss Whedon?
You
No.
said him and Joss Whedon love
No. I meant who's the guy with the mystery
J.J.
box?
Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. Yes,
Yes.
the man who I will not speak his name because I despise him so much.
Okay.
Yes.
So
The MacGuffin train.
Right.
That's exactly what Star Wars was. Scott saw it. Scott said it was a MacGuffin train.
Absolutely.
Star Wars was aight.
Rise of Skywalker
It was aight.
is a MacGuffin train.
Yeah.
was okay.
We need a MacGuffin to move on.
Okay.
It was a MacGuffin
Yes.
to move on.
So there is a new game that's maybe we'll play it live.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't even know how to get Steam. I guess you need a
It
PC
is
for
the
Steam.
computers. Yes, it's in the computers.
Ah, yes.
So
I think it's called
a video
Stream,
game
right?
called
It's not-
Lust from Beyond.
Hold on, Scott.
It's not-
Scott, were
not-
you checking in there?
It's not Steam, it's Stream. Is it Stream or Steam?
Steam.
Steam.
It's the same platform that you can get Counter-Strike and
there's
all
so
the
much
Valve
shit you can get
games.
on-
yeah.
Steam.
Essentially, what Steam is, for those of you who don't know, is there's an older game called Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat and Half-Life, and they created a really fantastic engine in which to build games, which is the foundation of many, many PC games. And what they did is they created essentially a marketplace where people can go on and create their own games using the Steam platform. They gave it like open source coding. So now what you get is a bunch of really weird and interesting games coming out where you can like literally buy if you wanted like a background, like a steampunk background or character models or things like that, you could have those and buy them a la carte for your game. And clearly this is one of those strange yet titillating and exciting games that is coming out on September 24th, 2020, I think.
From what I can tell, there was like a version of this that dropped last year at some point for people to play that wasn't as immersive as this version was. And it was
A prologue.
Way, and there was a way. It was a way for them to build a Kickstarter for it, and enough perverts, men, got involved and threw money and got this game going.
And it's called, what's it called again? Lust
from Beyond.
It's
I wonder if Mr. NBT is going to play this because this seems like a game for him.
Well, let's go ahead. We do have I have a bunch of screenshots from the trailer teaser. These are censored, so this is still not safe for children. But we'll go ahead and we'll fly through these real fast. You can see that it's kind of a demon-ass iron head, sexy outfitted girl.
It's described as influenced by the artwork of Geiger meets Lovecraft. So the Lovecraft mythology and a sex cult. So that's
like a pinch of Hitler.
So would you say that?
No, what was it? You and the Hitler jokes.
So would you say that
seriously?
this weird vaginal-shaped plant that your character is reaching into is Geiger or Lovecraft?
With its whole fist.
Yes.
Noob Noob's anus after he drinks.
Honestly, like
coffee.
that might be what it looks like today. It was a bad day. What is that?
Looks like a lot of demonic stuff. This chair, I guess, here has an attachment. We'll call it.
Is that tree testicles? Like
I have no idea. I don't get
understand.
I watched the trailer and I was like, "What am I looking at? I don't even understand."
What's really like? Look to the right of the tree. I think that's a tree. What is that?
It's a dude
bending
or a thing.
Right.
That is some extensive yoga that man has gone through.
To the right and
also,
left,
what
it
is
looks
his
like-
diet regimen? Because
to
you
the
can
left-
see every rib.
To the left and right looks like some sort of demonic statue.
Yeah.
There's torture and kill rooms apparently with naked people hanging from the ceiling. Cages.
Are you going to show the naked people where their penises have been replaced by long tentacles?
Wait, is
I
there's tentacle rape
that's
in this.
possible. That's going to happen here. There is like murder,
Oh,
death,
that's
kill.
an asshole.
That is there was a gentleman there that got twisted, pretzeled, if you would. Thankfully, that image is censored there. You'll be chased around by naked women on
Sexy
stilts.
ladies.
Sexy naked women.
So
on
in video
stilts.
form, that is terrifying.
Well, I mean, that character does then come after you a lot closer and then beats you with that torch thing that she has there. So that's aggressive, as well as gimps that will be murdering you.
I'm sure. I don't even know that we can do the trailer justice.
I'm
Like
not
this
even
thing is
sure.
just
This
wacky.
is definitely. I think what we should do is actually do a watch along with all of us watching the trailer. We'll do that in a separate video in case it does get pulled, because there's definitely a strong chance for that. Here you are shooting a gimp in the head. There's one from the original scene. You can tell what was censored, but you do get to have intercourse with video game characters. So
Yeah, how is that a game? Like where you're like, are you supposed to intercourse people to death, or what's going on there?
I don't know. It's supposed to be a horror erotica game. That's how it's categorized.
Erotica.
it's
Erotica.
next level interactive. It's, as you go through the game, you get off yourself. Speaking of purple tentacles,
what's going on there?
Yes, so I've seen enough hentai to know what's happening here. Do not need the censors to tell me what exactly
Your imagination just
here.
tells you what's going on.
I don't need imagination anymore. I've seen enough of it.
Are you going to play the game, Scott?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to have a subscription to the service in order to get the adult content. Maybe not.
No, you
don't.
don't. I think you just
buy it
buy
on Steam. You have to
game.
download Steam and then just buy it on the
I
Steam
don't know.
store.
I'm not in video games, let alone PC games. I mean, but this thing does look bloody and violent. Here's a screen capture. You stab somebody, and that's a lot of blood flying there. So I mean, it looks like it's actually pretty well done, but
Well, I think it's
definitely
cool that
for a certain
independent
genre.
creators, because they kickstarted this game. This game was originally on Kickstarter, so they got enough people interested to finish the game, and hopefully they make money. Because it's always cool when you have independent creators making stuff that's different and unique, and obviously this is like extremely kinky and weird and whatever.
It
but
is.
good for those guys. Add it to your wish list on Steam.
And there's nothing more kinky than a dead woman on a fuck-saw table.
Oh boy.
Oh Jesus! I mean, I would consider myself not an expert on Lovecraftian lore, but I have read every book by H.P. Lovecraft. So I'm always interested in that kind of stuff. This doesn't seem super influenced by Lovecraft, but more, I don't know. It seems more like Hellraiser than Lovecraft. But
This seems like a great way to teach sex to your kids.
yeah, that's the way.
Just
That's
saying.
yeah.
I think-
Sure.
Like if I had like 4 to 5 children that I just adopted, I would play this game with all of them.
I think it's
just your
simultaneously.
adopted children.
I think
Yes.
that's what it is. Z. It's like a Hellraiser meets porn kind of thing. I don't know. It's interesting.
Sure. Yeah, it's
It
weird.
doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't at all.
But you know what makes more sense?
What's that?
The art world.
Sure. Oh, yes, because we here at OrkU are very artistic and we love art and paintings. We
We're
have
art
so many
connoisseurs.
paintings in
I
our
am,
white
in
wall
fact,
background.
An art connoisseur.
Yes, with all of this abstract art of different shades of white.
Did you not see Daredevil and how amazing that painting is?
What's the
That's this
Daredevil
entire room.
painting? Is it? Is it because he's blind?
No, you don't remember the painting that Wilson Fisk bought that he used to stare at?
Vaguely.
Wow, you were just not an art connoisseur.
Nope.
The
Not
But
at all.
Banksy is apparently, and Banksy's a street artist. But this,
He's an amazing artist.
sure.
Do you even know who Banksy is?
He is a man, maybe
Is
a
he?
woman.
He's a no one knows who he is. I have a good guess as to who he is.
Who is he? Donald Trump.
No. not Donald
Michelle
Trump.
Obama.
No, not Michelle Obama.
Celine Dion.
Getting closer. You're in the right world.
Okay.
They have the same occupation.
She's a singer.
No,
Jewel.
Getting closer. Okay, you can stop guessing.
Okay.
Do you really want to know?
Sure.
There are a lot of rumors that he's actually one of the former members of the English band Prodigy.
Whatever they are.
That would actually
He's-
make a lot of sense.
Because there's a lot, if you like compare their tour schedule to where his anonymous stuff shows up, because he'll just have stuff show up randomly in the middle of the night. And he obviously has money too, and he probably has money that he doesn't need. If you remember a couple years ago, we showed a Banksy portrait that was put up on a wall that while it was in the middle of auction, it got turned on and shredded itself. Do you guys remember
Wasn't that like
Nope.
as soon as they hit the gavel and like sold, it just shredded out the bottom
It
of the
just
frame.
shredded itself. Yes, Banksy has a great sense of humor and is very interesting character.
And these are all painted. Those are not pictures.
No, these are actual paintings by Banksy because he uses many mediums.
Oh, yeah, because I thought he was like a graffiti artist.
He started as a graffiti artist, but I would say he's also an abstract artist, and I think he's probably traditionally trained as well. I mean, I don't know that these are actually paintings, but I would assume, based off of Banksy's skill level, that there probably are, but it's hard to say.
And they sold for lots of monies.
Well, that's what's kind of fascinating about Banksy is that most of his art is public art. So what ends up happening is people like literally will, if he does it on like a brick wall, they will literally remove the brick wall and then sell that art in auction for millions of dollars. He doesn't make any money off of it. They just sell it because it's public art. These particular pictures that we're going to talk about were on display, I think, in a museum. He just randomly put them up. I don't think he sold them to anybody, and then they're going to auction so that the museum can give the money to refugees, if I understand the story correctly.
Isn't that like what the theme behind these paintings is?
Yeah. So if you see the paintings, Scott's got 3 of them. There's 3 paintings, and how much did they sell?
$2.9 million total, and they were previously displayed in the lobby of the Waldorf Hotel.
So this is a Palestinian hotel that they were in, and the point is that he's trying to draw attention to the Palestinian conflict, and what they're supposed to be are the life jackets of people who are trying to cross the Mediterranean to Greece for they're refugees trying to escape, and they're empty life vests. And empty, what do we call those things?
Swimmies? Lifesavers.
Yes, empty swimmies.
Lifesavers. The candy.
To represent all the people who died while swimming. I don't know what you're saying,
Because they're not
Scott.
as skilled as me at swimming.
No, they are not.
Swim the entire Atlantic Ocean.
Oh my God, he could swim.
Backstroking like a dolphin.
He could swim across the Mediterranean. The Aegean Sea is like not even good enough for Noob.
What about the Red Sea? I could part that with my ass crack. That's a thing.
So
right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the paintings were actually donated to I don't know. Noob just stole the story from me. So why don't you tell me what they were donated to?
They were donated $2.9 million. The proceeds earmarked for the Palestinian hospital.
There you go.
Sure.
So, but Banksy doing good work for good work.
Yeah, sure.
Do you feel inspired by these paintings?
I do. And if I were to use an analogy, I can swim just as good as Banksy can paint. Just saying.
So on a scale of 1 to Banksy,
I'm
far
like
as
3
yours,
Banksy paintings.
You're at 3 Banksy paintings level of swimming.
I am. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Glug.
I challenge you to a lake off, and you have yet to accept.
Glug, glug, glug. That's the noise that Noob makes as he tries to swim.
Sure.
We have
It's okay.
we have Doc is out in the chat and he's saying, "Wake up, Baby Yoda, wake up."
Oh my God.
I guess Baby Yoda got bored by the
I cannot
Banksy.
shake Baby Yoda.
That would actually
No.
be "What up, Yoda?" He's saying "What's up" to Yoda.
Oh, he said, "What up, Yoda?" Not
Yes.
"Wake up, Yoda."
Wake up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so you're blind.
I am blind. I can't see the chat.
You
that
should go
well.
to jail for being so stupid.
I should go to jail.
Yes.
Who will join me in such a prison?
George R.R. Martin, because he's so fat he needs his own jail cell. That's not true.
Well, fans are trying to put him in jail. Do you know why?
Because he broke his own promise for his timeline of Winds of Winter.
Yes, this man. Do you know how long? Do you know how long Game of Thrones has been? He's been writing Game of Thrones.
10 years, 20 years.
Try since I think the first book came out in like '94.
Oh my God.
This dude, I don't know. He's gonna die before he finishes the books. Like that's going to happen. What are you looking up? When the book came
Game
out?
of Thrones books.
Game of Thrones book.
Books.
Did you read the books?
Well, no, I can't read.
I didn't think you could.
No. 96.
96. I was close. So
Wow, he was on a good roll. 96, 98, 2000. Then it's like 2005, 2011,
6 years
and
later.
then never.
And then 9 years later, we're still waiting for the winds of winter and the dream of spring.
Well, he said it too. I think he said that if a new book doesn't come out by this date, that they should lock him up.
I think it was July 29th of 2020. If only I
Yeah.
could confirm that.
Oh my God. Well, hold on. In a blog post from May 2019, he wrote, "If I don't have the Winds of Winter in hand when I arrive in New Zealand for Worldcon, You have here my formal written permission to imprison me in a small cabin on White Island overlooking the lake of sulfuric acid until I'm done. Okay.
That's pretty good. You could imprison him in a lake overlooking a lake of sulfuric acid. That does not sound like fun.
Shannon Woodward, who is famous for something, just tweets, "Send in the feds, I guess."
This dude, oh man. Because the biggest problem is Game of Thrones went to garbage once they ran out of written material. So once they no longer had his books as a guideline for what happened, the show went off the rails because, you leave it to regular Hollywood writers and they're just a bunch of doofs. So
It's impossible.
what is he doing? What is wrong with this guy? Just finish the book. Do you know he's written other books? He wrote a book about Tyrion Lannister sayings instead of writing this freaking book. You should look up how many books has he written in the time that it's taken him to write this freaking book.
Yes.
I just think this dude he can't write. He can't write a book.
He gave an update on July 19th, though, and it said, writing, ...
That was his update,
Yeah.
writing on July
Writing.
19th?
Yes. And then 3 more chapters completed this past weekend. Good progress on several more. Still a long way to go, though. Don't get too excited.
Don't get too excited that we're going to... I don't know. I feel like we should put him in prison.
Yeah, probably.
Scott, does he belong in jail?
McClunky.
McClunky.
Okay, McClunky.
Does anyone, after the show went to shit, though, I feel like people don't care as much about this
I still
book.
care about the books.
You do?
Yes, I do. I will read the books when they come out.
Oh,
I've actually read the books several times.
Oh, have you?
Yes, all of them.
You've learned words from them?
Many words.
How many times do they mention the word dragon?
So many times. So many times.
Okay.
Now we actually have a reason, and I hate it, and I can see the burning in Scott's eyes that we have to speak about something with dragons and something
balls.
with balls and
Z.
specifically Z.
And porn.
God!
Dragon Ball Z.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Exactly. That's what one Florida congressional candidate is saying. No
Oh,
to
that
Dragon
is
Ball
very
Z.
sexual,
What is
Scott.
going
What is
on
going
here?
on? That is very intense.
Look at Vegeta's eyes. He knows it's going to happen. There's nothing he can do to stop it.
Vegeta could better be able to
Oh
stop
my
it.
god. But
How is that? How did you find that?
you kind of see like a twinkle in his eye though. He's like, I don't want this, but also
I do want this.
maybe.
Bro.
All you have to do is just look up Dragon Ball Z, and you find plenty of stuff to confirm that this stuff basically is pornography. There's not much out there that really is not just straight up porn with this series. It's not meant for children, and it probably should be meant for general consumption anyway.
It's meant for
Should
the
it be
world.
banned? I think it should be banned,
It is
Scott.
meant for the world.
It should be banned.
You look at these images,
So-
and you just know that there's definitely
Oh!
a lot of questionable material
That's from a video game.
in this, and definitely, I mean, I'm questioning. It's inappropriate, is what it is. And like I said, I just did a general search, and stuff kept coming up that just was. It just
He's so
tells you
bashful.
how the show really is. And if you're not, I suggest you come watch this episode to see these images and just how sexual that
And
this-
offensive.
and offensive that this show
It's not graphic enough, honestly.
is.
I
Why
want to
is
see
there-
Goku
oh, 'cause-
blow his Kamehameha
That's a-
right into Vegeta's butthole.
Yeah, that's why it's so freaking big.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Look at him.
Jesus.
Nothing.
That is
God
so...
almighty.
But inappropriate
That's so
content,
hot.
noob. I don't
That is-
understand.
Oh,
yes!
Did you ever think you
Oh,
would see the day?
Scrumptious.
Oh, my God. Is this breaking your heart? It's breaking his heart.
It's not breaking. It's firming up something.
Oh, my God.
That
mean,
doesn't even make any sense.
I
That's
now-
Vegeta and
I
Gogeta. They're
do
the same
know-
person. They can't sex each other.
He's so powerful he can sex
No,
himself.
that's not. They can't exist simultaneously. They're made of the same people.
I don't know. That just seems like
This
they
is
can
bullshit
sex
fan
each other.
fiction. This doesn't even make any
We did be
sense.
careful. These images are definitely bootlegs calling it right now with these images. Noob's definitely gonna Kamehameha.
Oh my
He's gonna
god!
Kamehameha in his
Ah.
pants.
Thank God you can't see
So
the-
there's
my
a
shorts.
congressman in...
Yes, the
Florida?
Florida. What is he? The 18th congressional district of Trash Can World, which is Florida.
Of Trash Panda Town?
Yes, Trash Panda Town. K.W. Miller for Congress. They are now, this is a tweet by him, They are now introducing a great deal of anime porn into the internet matrix. Dragon Ball Z is one of the top issues here. They are sexualizing cartoon characters to push a depraved agenda on our kids. What's next?
I mean, there's an awful lot of foreplay in those episodes. Like all those push-ups and all those sit-ups and then just getting all sweaty and then it just seems like there's a lot. It's very pornographic to me.
Is it really, though?
I don't know. I haven't seen enough episodes to know.
I mean,
neither Bird Studio or Shueisha have officially licensed any Dragon Ball pornography, which are the studios behind Dragon Ball Z.
Looking through these images, I do understand why Noob likes the show so much. It's just, it definitely is right along his line of.
It's starting to make more sense.
Just for any of you out there, if you go on Pornhub and type in Dragon Ball Z, like, good luck. You'll be watching for days.
There's just hours and hours.
So many level ups. Oh my god!
Yeah, but how much of it is gay?
All of it.
Not all of it.
Everyone
Like a
has
solid
an agenda.
85%. Still, it's a
all right. Ron says stop. So we're gonna. We need to take that off the screen.
Keep going.
No more.
No means yes.
It's no.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've
We're
heard.
gonna stop now.
No means yes.
The chat has spoken.
It has it.
We are just.
Here's a random story though. Netflix orders a Witcher prequel called Blood Origin. That's neat.
Is Henry Cavill going to be in it? Because that's the only reason why that show is so popular.
Thousands of years before.
That's not a good idea.
1,200 years before the original
whatever
series.
that
so.
is.
What happened when Game of Thrones decided to order prequels? They canceled an entire 10 episode. No, they canceled a 2-hour pilot that had Naomi Watts in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naomi Watts sucks. So
She's awesome. What do you mean? She's great. I love her in the
it's
ring.
only a 6-episode limited series. So
But
Sounds boring.
The Witcher itself couldn't figure out its own timeline. You think they're going to figure out another one?
They had to put out a map so people could figure out the timeline.
and one of the tagline has time in it, so that's not good.
Oh no.
Set in an elven world 1,200 years before the world of The Witcher, Blood Origin will tell a story lost to time. So definitely the timeline's going to be fucked up in this too.
That sounds awesome. I didn't mind the time jumping. It didn't bother me at all.
It was just a little confusing at first until
It's 'cause you're
until you
stupid.
realize, whoa. I
What?
detest that theory.
You're stupid.
No. Baby Yoda's stupid.
We've proved that
Baby Yoda's
several
stupid.
times. Yes.
Shut up and get to the point!
Are we going to reviews now, or do
We
we
are.
have,
Yeah, that was just, I just wanted to throw that in there.
since we have some minor reviews?
Yeah.
My shiny metal ass!
Okay.
I do love the screaming goats.
Yeah, those are the Schrodinger's goats, right?
Schrodinger's goats.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Do you know what Schrodinger's cat is?
I do. Do you?
Yeah, I know what Schrodinger's
Oh
cat
yeah.
I may, or wait, hold on.
I'm back. Ha! I may
Ha-ha.
or may not know what Schrodinger's cat is.
I doubt that you do.
Well, like I said, I may or may not know what it is.
I know Noob doesn't know what it is.
Oh, I know what it is.
What's the experiment?
It's about a cat,
Uh-huh.
and you give it catnip,
Nope.
and then you open its legs,
No.
and then you feed it more catnip,
No.
and then it gets pregnant. Then a dog comes.
Nope.
Why don't we?
Then-
Why don't we open the box up on our first review there, Noob?
Oh, see, Scott knows. Scott knows about the box.
What about the box?
It's in the box.
But is it in the box?
Or is it dead in the box? Or is it alive in the box? Or is
What's in the
catnip?
box?
There's a vial
What's
of
in the
poison in the box.
box?
What's in the
That's
box?
set to open in an indeterminate amount of time, and until the box is open, the cat is thought of both dead
What's the
and
first
alive.
review?
Simultaneously.
Or is the cat even in there?
No, the cat's definitely in there.
No, that's you missed the theory.
No, the cat's definitely in there.
No, that's not the theory.
We have to
anyway, so what's your first? What are we reviewing?
Sports.
Sports.
Just sports. No
We're just
specific
reviewing
sport.
Sports.
Literally sports. And
So-
Bubble Boys.
So there's some interesting things going on in sports.
Yes.
Like-
Those are
like-
the baseball fans,
Like
aren't they,
cardboard fan. This is the English Premier Soccer League. Here's baseball for you. Let's go back to that image there to not scroll automatically like I don't want you to. So there's English Premier Soccer League. They started the whole thing out where they went ahead and put cardboard cutouts of all their fans in the stands, which actually was a cool idea. MLB has picked that up as well. They are now doing the same thing. All their fans, you can actually buy the cardboard cutouts to put into the stadium.
We should have bought 100 Noob Noobs.
Oh, is that real? Like they actually have cardboard
cutouts? Yeah, you have to buy cardboard cutouts. We should have bought 100 Noob Noobs.
We definitely missed the ball on that one. There's Philly Stadium right there during their
Jesus.
game.
There's plenty of room for 100 Noob Noobs there.
Senior Fanatic chilling out amongst the rest of them.
He's not social distancing with those cardboard cutouts.
Oh my god.
No, definitely not. I have friends who bought the cardboard cutouts. A friend of mine got one with 100 hot dogs sitting in front of him. Effing hilarious.
Okay.
Really funny there.
Hot dog. 100 hot dogs.
And NHL decided to go ahead and get going again. They're playing in 2 arenas in different hub cities. All the teams are social distancing using hotels. There's no more fans. You can see from this image here. Here's one of the hub cities. One's in Toronto, the other in Edmonton. They have it completely set up for TV viewing. They've got 2 huge monitors behind the benches. The stadium itself has just graphics around where the stands are. There's new camera angles because where there used to be fans, there's now cameras. Sometimes they're porting audio in of fans to the TV, but in this
oh my god,
itself,
that is the most annoying part of all of this, is them piping in fan noise.
I caught a game yesterday or 2 that there was not noise being pumped in, so I don't know if they're going to do that or not. I think they were still playing
Basketball and baseball both do it.
So we'll see. It wasn't so bad with hockey. I don't watch baseball, so I couldn't tell you that much. But hockey did come back pretty good. They started
I'm going to guess you only watched hockey, Scott.
I did only watch hockey. I'll tell you what, hockey came out right. All the first games, all the teams stood together on the ice, and it wasn't just...
They're not socially distanced.
This was not the first game of the season with the Flyers Penguins, but every exhibition game that happened, every team came out and stood together as one in unity to show what we need for this world, and that's unity. That's for us to all stand together. They've done a very good job at that.
I noticed something interesting about that, Scott.
What is this?
And how I don't even know if I should go down this. What are they not doing?
What, you mean social distancing?
No. We could skip that. I won't even go there. Can you guess, Scott? Since you're a communist, you should know this.
I guess what? What are you trying to get at here? I have no idea.
I'm not setting you up. I'm actually setting the show up. It's not a good idea.
Let's not do this.
Let's not do this. Even Noob says let's not do this.
Let's move on.
They're all standing there for the national anthem. But you can see...
Are they?
But you can see they are all standing there for the national anthem. They're all standing. But you can see the stadium. There's nobody kneeling on that picture right there.
No, there's not. Although I will say, I will give hockey one excuse. Kneeling on ice with ice skates is extremely unsafe and dangerous, so don't do it, kids.
We'll give them that. No,
have you done it?
Have you ever tried to kneel on ice?
I can't ice skate.
You can swim like Michael Phelps, but you can't ice skate.
Yes, one's liquid, one's frozen.
The NHL has spent a lot more time showing equality and unity than they have with protesting. They've stuck to that, and they've done it well.
There is so much equality in the NHL, just all those white Canadian glistening.
What's interesting is, one, they're not all Canadian. What's interesting is the NHL
Sidney Crosby.
far, he's Canadian. The NHL so far has done pretty good at keeping social distancing outside of the teams, keeping things clean, testing. There hasn't been any flare-ups. Meanwhile, at this point, it sounds like baseball is canceled again because...
Well, did you not hear this? Here's where I really wanted to talk about was the funny stories that have come out of the sports trying to reopen.
Sure.
So, the Phillies and Marlins were going to play a 3-game series, and the 2 coaches talked to each other because one of the Marlins players tested positive for COVID. And they're like, man, let's just play the game. Who cares? No big deal, this COVID thing. And turns out that 12 Marlins players tested positive for COVID. And then after the Phillies ended up playing them, they had 3, not team members, but staff and coaches that ended up testing positive for COVID. So baseball is just like, let's just spread it around with each other. And this is funny because baseball, none of them even stand near each other. None of them. They're all more than 6 feet apart, except for the catcher and the batter.
Hasn't basketball also ran into some problems as well, where they've been having positive tests? Or
basketball has a funnier story. So if you want to hear basketball, you want to hear the funny story for basketball?
Sounds like going on the book.
Former Sixer Lou Williams, who now plays for the LA Clippers, 6th Man of the Year, great player, has hot wings named after him in Atlanta at a strip club called Magic City. Once you're in the bubble, you're not allowed to leave. So the NBA created a bubble in Orlando where it's literally like, it's not a bubble, but no one's allowed to go in or out, and everybody has to like stay in, and they all have whatever's going on. And Lou Williams got excused for a funeral. So Lou Williams goes to the funeral in Atlanta, I guess, because that's where I guess his family's from. I'm not 100% sure on that part of the story. Ended up going to Magic City to pick up his famous Lou Williams wings. And ended up that he went inside and took some pictures with some of the strippers and some of the people who were there who weren't social distancing. I mean, you don't go to strip club to social distance. You go there to not social distance. And at first he denied it and said, "No, I didn't go to the strip club." Well, it turns out that the NBA was like, "You see that mask you're wearing? That's one of the masks that the NBA exclusively gave out to all its players after they entered the bubble." So then Lou Williams ended up being like, "Yeah, I went to the strip club." So now he's been not suspended, but he has to quarantine for, I guess, 4 games. And so just remember, folks, sometimes the strip club is more important than protecting the NBA bubble where all the players are like playing and risking themselves so that they can entertain you folks. But Lou Williams really needed those Lou Williams wings and to go to the strip club.
Well, we do know if there's one thing that the NBA players are good at, it's staying faithful and not getting out and going to find themselves hookers.
I never said he was married.
So
he might be.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm glad it's back. The playoffs start tomorrow for hockey.
How do the play? None of this is real. Like none of the championships are going to be real. If you even hear, did you hear about the NFL? Do you know what the NFL? What's going on with the NFL?
I did hear there were the gameplay announcers were talking for one of the games, and they were saying a lot of people are thinking that this year the Cup winner should be Stanley Cup with an asterisk because it doesn't actually count. They're talking like, you know what? It shouldn't be. It should be that this is going to be a Stanley Cup with an exclamation mark because even with everything going on with the quarantines, the isolation, the time off, the chaos coming back. Trying to play in these stadiums the way stuff is, in a completely new environment. Everything's just completely different and off its rocker. It's that much more to fight through to make your way and win the cup. So the thought is that this should be a Stanley Cup with an exclamation mark, not an asterisk. I'm just glad that's back. I'm glad that they're trying. It's going to be interesting to see if we're able to get all the way, because if it happens like baseball, all of a sudden you're in a game 7 and all of a sudden it's canceled. What happens then? It's going to be weird. All of it.
None of it matters anyway.
This is a legitimate theory for sports. So why don't the sports leagues get everyone into a bubble and then massively infect them all so they all get sick at the same time? They all recover. If we lose some, we lose some. Who cares? Then they're all good, and then they can play without any issues.
You should be president.
Here's the thing. It's like the flu on some level where you can get it again. Like just because you get the flu doesn't mean you're not going to get the flu.
The likelihood is very low.
It's not chicken pox.
The likelihood's very low though.
And they're all super athletes.
And the other thing,
like
they're
myself.
finding that even though you recover, not everyone recovers 100%. Some people have lasting effects from this thing because we still don't know. We're still learning more and more about this thing all the time, and it's annoying because everyone thinks they're a fucking doctor. We don't know. We're still learning. We're still trying to get through this, and hopefully we can, because all of us would like to get our lives back to the way things were.
I'm not a doctor, but I am a podcast host, so that does qualify me for knowing everything.
And I heard one of the remedies is anal sex, so I'm going to have a lot of that, and I will be immune.
You're just going to have people give it to you all day and all night?
All day and all night.
Strapping it on?
One strategy, Bootleg says, to be safer and easier just to break out a 2K sports game and broadcast that, which that actually has been done a few times, Bootleg. I think baseball or basketball did that a little bit, where they're like broadcasting like video game live stuff. So, I mean...
are there even going to be fans left at the end of this?
Let's just
20
all right, we've wasted too much time on
year.
sports.
But that's all we have to review is the sports bubbles.
No, there's some show.
We'll just what show?
There's a survival show.
Scott, there's some show you're supposed to review for us. We don't even know what it is. We don't know the name of it.
So on Netflix, it's called Formula One.
That is
Drive
not the show.
Oh,
no,
yes.
you said.
Scott's secret review.
You said
The
you were.
car fanatic.
You were watching some
man.
survival show.
Season 2
Who
of
likes
Formula
all the
One.
wheels.
Season 2 of Formula One Drive to Survive just dropped on Netflix. It was first the 2018 season, now the 2019 season is season 2. This is an amazing show.
Get the
It's
fuck.
brought
How is this better than
This-
Hyperdrive?
this show-
where it's like Fast and the Furious and they're drifting.
This-
you got a bunch of
They're
wussy
driving to
Formula
survive,
One,
Z.
Formula One cars. They don't even have. They can't even cover their tires.
Look,
What's wrong with
driving
them?
not- to survive.
Not only
What
can
is-
I tell you that these 4 F1 cars are completely amazing pieces of machinery.
FU cars.
The stories they get into the pits, they get into the
Stories?
drivers, they get into the
How are the
teams,
hosts?
they
Are
get
the
into
hosts
the
the best?
drama.
Who's the host?
There's no
Who's the
host.
host?
There's no host. It's
There's
all
no
about the
host.
cars. It's all about the drivers. It's an amazing series. This is taking people that were not even into F1 racing and has made them fans.
Did you know about this?
Scott, I really appreciate this review coming directly from a man who loves cars.
Did you know about this? Did you know about this?
He really has great insight, loves that they have engines and wheels.
Loves the wheels.
They have push to start sometimes.
there's-
Sometimes you don't even need keys for the car.
Do these F-150s have push to starts?
That is a Ford truck, not the F1 Formula
that is
1.
a
Do these
truck,
F150s?
not the F1 cars. These are amazing machines. 0 to 100 miles an hour in 5 seconds and back to 0 just as fast. These engines idle at 18,000 RPM. They are amazing machines.
It's like you're reading it off a website. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
I've watched F1 for years.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lewis Hamilton.
None of this is true.
Lewis
This
Hamilton,
is all
the
fake
greatest
news.
driver in the world, has won 6 times the
Fake
Grand Prix,
news.
the entire
Oh my God.
thing. It's an amazing racing series. The series itself on Netflix, definitely check out season 1 before you check out season 2. It's a really good watch. You're definitely
No,
going to get
don't
caught on
watch any
this.
of it.
It's definitely worth your time. It gets into these racers, the pit crew, the drivers.
I don't care
it's-
about the pit crew.
it's-
Don't need
It's
it.
drama. It's life. It gets into their lives. It gets.
Do they
into
start
it.
dating? Is that why you
You-
like it? Do they give out
Oh
roses?
my god, is there a love triangle?
You
Oh
get,
my
You
God.
get caught in every episode. Every episode has a proper beginning and end. And it's funny because at the end of season 2, when they're getting ready for next season, one guy says the 2020 season is going to be something else. Yeah, he was right.
They're in cars. They could socially isolate. Where are they going to spread it?
20
They're driving in cars. They can do whatever they want.
Now, when you're
Get outta
watching
here with all that
watching
noise.
this, you know that
this is ridiculous. This is
isolating-
absurd.
social
I
isolation
thought you were talking about a survival show.
does not-
This
it
is not
is-
surviving.
this
This
is-
is cars.
season-
You don't know
season
anything
one-
about cars.
season one
You
has
hate
a
cars.
horrible-
Let's move on.
I worked on cars for 10 years. I'm a mechanic. I've worked on my own trucks for years. I
Fake
don't know
news.
how you can say that I don't know anything about cars. I've been to drag races multiple
Fake
times.
news.
You
Scott,
don't
there is
know
one
what
question
you're
I would like
talking
to
about.
ask that will prove if you know about cars.
Go ahead.
Where is the trunk located?
That would
In a car.
the front.
In a Lamborghini, where's the trunk located?
On the front.
Oh my god, he knows.
Lamborghinis are
He said in the front.
This man knows.
He knows cars.
He knows all
This
the
man
cars.
knows
On-
cars.
How many people know about Lamborghini's front trunks?
on a Lambo. The boot actually is in the front because it is a rear-engined vehicle.
Oh my god.
This sounds like a conspiracy.
It's like Car Jesus is speaking.
This is like the Epstein Island of
Do you
car
have-
racing.
Do you have
Yes.
do you have the reviews and ratings on this?
Scott will magically. No, there is no rating.
No one ever watched the show.
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't
looked
exist.
up Rotten
It's not
Tomatoes.
real.
There's an 83% critic score, or not critic score, user score, but there's no user reviews. There's no anything. It just says 83%.
It's not a real show. There's no Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
I can tell you that this show actually has gotten really good reviews. There's been a lot of people that have into it. It's taken people that aren't fans and made them fans.
It's an
All lies.
8.6 out of 10 on IMDb. If that helps.
It's a really good series to get into.
Amongst gay dudes.
Even if you're not into F1 racing, it's definitely a good watch to get into because
No, it's
learning about the drama-
none
the
of this is
drama they
real.
go through,
No, I don't believe
it's
any of it.
great. It's a
well,
really
it's all
why
good-
lies.
don't we switch to something you do believe in, and that is bear rape? And give us a quick review of the new update for Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, geez. Well, if you want the real details, you'll have to check out my video. But yes, that is my character there and my unicorn demon. Anyway, Red Dead 2 came up with an update, first update in 7 months, and essentially it's adding, in my mind, a piece of the first player game, the first player, like the solo story that you don't play online, and they added to the online part where you get to be the naturalist, and you can either hunt animals for new clothes, or you can hang out with this chick, this really weird looking chick, or sexy chick, depending on what you guys think. And you collect samples from the animals, and then you revive them. So Noob, you'd actually really like this, because instead of slaughtering numerous animals all the time, you actually just put them to sleep and then wake them up. How do you feel about that, Noob?
I like that part, but this game blows dogs for quarters.
No, it doesn't. It has horses, which are amazing.
You know what else has
It has
horses?
bears.
You know what else has bears?
Yeah.
And horses? Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah,
A much better game.
I don't know if it's not as detailed as a game as Red Dead is. It lacks some of the detail.
More
Do you
Japan.
polish your sword?
No.
No, you
wipe
don't.
It.
When do you have to upgrade it? Well, you
You
have to
do have to
upgrade
upgrade
it.
it.
No, but I mean, do you have to keep it from you have to keep polishing it?
No, you don't. You're a samurai. You don't polish your swords. You just magically have them.
Oh, you just have them
At all times.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Weren't there a few limitations that we found of this game that we were like, yeah?
We don't want to acknowledge those.
Oh, okay. There's lack of horse testicles.
Yeah, well, the horses are definitely better in Red Dead. I'll give Red Dead that. That's like a horse simulator more than anything else. If you want a good horse simulator, play Red Dead Redemption.
And if you continue to watch our Ghost of Tsushima walkthrough with, there's much Mongol talk,
Yes.
and
poop.
then it turns to
Sexual.
different stories of non-Mongol talk.
Yes.
It
If
goes
you
in-
want a
yes,
good
it does-
summation
it go-
of
it
our
goes
playthroughs,
into-
it's basically Game Grumps, but more fucked up.
It goes into Z trying to survive. As you can tell, he's very good at dying in these games. And then it does get kind of weird as Noob then kind of takes it in a different direction with his conversation. Talks about his intestinal fortitude or lack thereof, if you were to
Yes.
say.
No intestinal fortitude at all.
After a certain beverage that I have consumed.
Lack of intestinal
Numerous
fortitude.
times.
What I'm showing you here, YouTubers, are just the screen captures from the episodes that Z and Noob have done. If you want,
Is that what the new one's going to be called? The value of not being seen?
Yes.
Well, I thought it was the bridge.
No. The next one is definitely about not being seen, and you'll see why. Because Z obviously cannot be unseen as he tries to challenge over and over and over.
Did I die? I mean, I don't think I died that
You
many
died
times.
so many times I blacked
No,
out.
he
Like,
keeps
I'm
not-
going to need a really
Here's-
strong
here's-
drink
here's the
after this.
spoiler.
We're going to record some more for you in just a little bit.
Here's the spoiler, because obviously you've forgotten is your goal was to not be seen by the guy you're following, and the guy turned around and saw you.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's right. I was seen several
So-
times because sometimes I don't actually listen to the gameplay. Yeah, I forgot about
So
that. Scott.
so that
Yes.
of course will be tomorrow. That will release Saturday, and then on Sunday we'll get the final episode for all of your viewing pleasure. But definitely check it out on our YouTube channel. That's why I'm not showing it here, because I don't want to spoil you. You can definitely check it out over there. It's hours upon hours of viewing entertainment.
And let us know. I mean, we've been going, and we're not sure where we're supposed to stop on this thing. So if you want to see more, let us know. We're going to record a couple more for you guys. We try to do some informational videos. We have some fun. We have some great people that if you want to meet them online and play with them, you should definitely reach out to them. Some of the people in the posse that I play with, obviously Ghost of Tsushima is a one-player game, but the Red Dead stuff, there's some great people out there. And, I think it's some fun. Let's have some fun with video games. If you listen to the commentary of Noob and I, it's definitely not 100% game focused. So,
But it's 100% entertaining because it has me in it.
just music to people's ears.
It is.
if
My
anything else,
luscious voice.
well, I will of course take this moment right here to go ahead and give this horse an apple.
And kill a horse. So we're not reviewing this game then. We're just plugging our
We're
shit.
just plugging our stuff.
Okay.
I mean, the game is you'll see. If you watch our walkthroughs, you'll see how much fun it is. And if you're as amazing as I am at the game,
I recommend.
yes, I think I recommend as well.
And here's a fun tidbit. It is the fastest selling first party IP on PlayStation 4. So that's neat.
Fastest selling.
It also, original property. So it's the
Why
fastest,
is
what?
Isn't GTA a bigger game?
It's not original.
What do you mean? What's not original about it?
GTA 1, 2.
Oh, okay.
3,
You're saying
4.
it. So, like, you're saying that this could set
A
up like Ghost of
non-sequel.
Tsushima, like 1, 2, 3,
This is
4.
the fastest selling non-sequel game on PS4. Let's
Fair
put it
enough.
that way.
Fair enough. And
Also-
has it crushed Last of Us 2 yet?
Overall sales wise, no. Ratings wise, no. Pretty much no. It's
So you're
doing
saying it's
really
not
well.
better?
It's doing really well, but it's not beating the numbers of Last of Us 2.
It will.
It is
in
a
the long
decent
run.
looking game. I mean, I can say I haven't hated editing these videos. It is a decent looking game. I do just wish that, a more professional player was playing, because then we might be a little further along.
Like
the story.
myself.
If I didn't play once every 7 weeks and don't remember any of the controls of the game, and not have some idiot screaming at me while I was doing it,
You suck.
I would do much better.
One other news note for Ghost of Tsushima, it actually just had a patch release a couple days ago that adds a new difficulty, and it's called lethal difficulty. For those hardcore gamers over there, that is the hardest difficulty. You can't even do moderate mode. You ain't doing lethal mode.
Oh, I will ace lethal mode.
Nope.
Yeah.
We're never trying that because I don't.
Oh, I'm restarting over.
I'd kill myself first.
Lethal mode.
Nope.
If you two are done
DJ
with your
Lethal.
levels
Yes.
quarrel.
This guy.
Okay.
So I think that's all we have.
Yeah, that's it.
So, if you like what you heard here this week, head on over to Instagram and join us at ork_u. Go to facebook.com/our reviews will kill you. And of course, if you're not already watching us on YouTube, head over to youtube.com/our reviews will kill you. And if you need to just listen to us instead of watch us because you do enjoy watching us, you can also listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify as well.
Yes, all of those fantastic things. Oh my God, stop taking your shirt off. It's disgusting.
Thank you, everyone that joined us in the chat. We had Bootleg, we had Doc, we had some other guys with nicknames.
Ron Schrader.
Schrader, Booski, all you guys, thank you for checking in with us. We're happy to hear from you.
Oh God, you're such a
them
foul
guns.
beast. Anyway, keep an ear out, and don't forget to the one way that you help us grow is by sharing our videos and sharing our podcast. The audio podcast has really grown over the past couple of years, and we've seen like a huge bump in that. We need a little help with YouTube, so anything you do, like, share, turn on those notifications, and from all of us here at Our Reviews Will Kill You, to all y'all at home, we love y'all.
You've had greatest of fears.